Hey everyone, and welcome back to Renovating EA, the series in which I renovate EA. And today we are working on Stargazer Lounge in San Myshuno, of course. And I guess you could kind of call this a speed build because there's really not much resemblance to the original build, other than maybe the shape and the pool. But I wanted it to kind of look more cohesive with the skyscraper that it was, on top of. So I kind of just copied some elements from that, or all of the elements from that, and just kind of went with what I would think that would, what the top of the building would look like if there was a top of the building. So if that makes sense. Obviously it probably does, but anyway. So I just kind of, translated everything the way that I thought it would look, and I like how it turned out. Although I have to admit that I did struggle with this build. Other than this shell, I had no idea what I wanted to do. Case in point, the platform right there. I wanted a platform, but then I was like, then it just became too much with the windows and everything to deal with. So I eventually get rid of it and just keep it flat. But there are platforms still in the build. I made like a little sitting area similar to what they had to in the original build, but I kind of closed it off with hedges and made it a little bit prettier. I really don't like to attack people's builds or anything like that, because I'm no expert. I do okay, but I'm no expert. But it just it looks a little bit more full, although it's still minimal. But also, if you notice the lighting change around this area of the video, it's because I took my reshade off because I couldn't see the white wall paint well enough with the sun shining. It was too bright. I couldn't really see if I liked it well enough to keep it or not. So I turned my reshade off, and then I ended up turning it back on because it made no difference. It's just that part of the day. That was also why I was messing with the lighting, like the day-night lighting, to see what it looks like at all hours of the day. But like I said, I did struggle with this build quite a bit. It took me around 2 hours to build, I think. And some of the footage got lost because either OBS messed up on me or I just forgot to hit record, which is very possible, because whatever I'm building or renovating, I pause a lot. I pause the recording a lot to kind of make a decision on what to do, so it's less to have to edit out later. And I don't know what happened, but you'll see that later. I go from having a fairly empty outside to a fully decorated outside. But luckily, there's nothing like, I didn't do anything special with this. It's just a standard build. It's just, it's just a normal build. There's no crazy tricks or anything like that. I don't do very many of those. I just like simplicity, I guess, whenever I build. But eventually, like I said, that platform goes away. But I did make a platform for the stage. Like, I made the little stage because with lounge lot types, you have to have a microphone and a musical instrument. So I put a little stage there in the back corner over, on the edge of the building. And I went, I put that there, or I put a stage there, and and kind of just, and although I struggled with that one too, trying to find the right rug for it and stuff, but anyway, yeah, I kind of like how it turned out, and I really like the I guess you can call it landscaping. I mean, sort of the rooftop garden part, I guess, the garden part. I mean, it's just the regular base game hedges, which are some of my favorites, but it kind of, I don't know, it just kind of divided everything the way that I wanted it to, and it just made it look a little bit more classy and upscale as far as, you know, the way I see it, or the, you know, from what I think anyway. And I'm just working on the elevator area and the bathrooms. I wanted to put some spandrels in, and then I realized that we don't have any modern spandrels, and I was trying to go for like a more modern look, although I wasn't 100% sure and dead set on that yet, so I just went with just copied the doors from the other, you know, from the rest of the build. And you know, once again, I mean, the bathrooms, these bathrooms are different than my normal residential bathrooms. There's actually more than one toilet and no shower this time. But anyway, but but it's pretty standard bathroom for me building, for whenever I build community lots. Most of my community lots bathrooms look the same too. So I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? But yeah, I probably spent way more time on this mirror and these lights than I probably should have. Although I went through all that trouble just to realize that I needed to delete a sink so I'd have a place for the trash can and the little hand sanitizer dispenser that I like to think of as a soap dispenser, that thing that I just put there. But now I think I'm working on the outside, or starting to, and I wanted to put, you know, I like doing this little platform thing, well, not platforms, but this little middle island thing for my pools whenever they're this big. If you're familiar with my spa in San Myshuno in my save file, you'll remember, you'll see what I was trying to do, but then I didn't want to do it. To me, it just didn't fit what I was going for, and then I still never figured out what exactly I wanted to do, so I just put in some sprinklers, like the dome sprinklers, the 3 different sizes, and just left it at that. Although I still don't understand how a pool could be at the top of a building, because there's a floor underneath. You know, there's a floor below. Wouldn't that cut into realistically, wouldn't that cut into like the people's house underneath, or the people's apartment underneath? It makes no sense to me to have a pool, but I also kind of liked it, so I left it. But it's not realistic at all. It doesn't seem it's not very realistic. It makes no sense. But, you know, this is a game, and it doesn't always have to make sense. But yeah, those bushes that I was, you know, those hedges, those are my favorites. Some of my favorites in the game. I use them a lot in my builds, and if you're familiar with my builds, then you would know that. Those and the other hedges, like the 4 tile hedges or 3 tile hedges, I use those in all of my builds to line my usually the outer blocks or the outer tiles of my lot. My brain is just not working today, although I've not been up very long, and and I guess I'm still trying to wake up. But anyway, I'm still trying to figure something out to put there, because it just felt empty. In hindsight, I probably should have put some bushes or some flowers or something, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it, so I just left it. I couldn't find anything that just fit. And now I'm working on what started out being the stage area, and then I thought it was just too close to the entrance door, so I just moved it over to the back corner. And I, trying to get the size right and everything to make sure I have room for the piano. And I really wish we had and it's probably an oxymoron or doesn't exist in real life, but I wish we had a more modern grand piano for this game, because that's the only one that feels like it fits there, but at the same time it feels also still not quite modern enough, if that makes sense. But I was just doing the stage lights and all of that. I went with a mostly black and white color scheme. I mean, surprise, surprise. But with blue accents, like the stage lights are blue, and that kind of thing. I don't know what I was going to try to say there, but I've been doing this whole YouTube thing for a few months now, and voiceovers still are kind of hard for me, because I don't know what to talk about, because I just feel like it's kind of obvious what I'm doing. I don't do anything special with my builds, rarely. So, but this little area over here is kind of similar, I think. No, it's not. Never mind. But I kind of got that idea to do the lights like that, and that's where the footage was lost. So you'll get to see it again here in a little bit. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I just didn't record, like I said earlier, or what, but sorry about that. But now you get to see the full picture of the lights back there. It's a little seating area. I used the Desert Luxe kit that they gave for free. All of the stuff from that. Although I was actually meant to put in a fireplace, but forgot about it. And now I'm looking, I probably wouldn't have been able to find room for it anyway, so I guess I'm glad I didn't put that in, or didn't, I guess I'm glad I just forgot about it. But anyway, I think there's only a little bit of time left. I'm starting to get toward the end of the build. I'm just doing the finishing touches, the lighting, the all of that. I downloaded Twisted Mexie's Better Build and Buy mod from CurseForge, and I kind of have already gotten attached to it because of this, strictly on being able to change the lighting in build mode and doing the tab camera thing. Those two things are really may very quickly become a must for me. But as far as the build goes, there's not any custom content in this one, so I may upload this one to the gallery at SweetieWright_84 if you guys want to download it. And I think that is pretty much all I have to say. There's only about 3 or 4 minutes left, so I guess I'm going to stop talking and end this right here, and I will talk to you all later. Thanks for watching. Bye.